Hey there, everybody. This is Kristin from Teaching Balance, and I am here with you with this week's mindfulness meditation practice. And we are in the month of working with challenging emotions or difficult emotions or however you want to categorize those tricky ones. And we've talked about a couple different sort of metaphorical ways to frame our experience and our relationship to these challenges. One was making space on the bench. The other one is putting yourself in the balcony and observing it all as though it were on a stage. And so I think those both are pretty supportive and will probably do the trick. So I thought I would pivot and go in a slightly different direction for this week. It's not in any way about visualizations or metaphors, but it's much more about the body. And so what I want to offer you for our practice today is the idea of breathing through our experience of discomfort. And that experience of discomfort could be physical, like maybe you're just literally in pain, you hurt your knee, you're exhausted. I just went on a very long trip recently, and it was like 24 hours of traveling, overseas and coming back. And it's rough. It's rough. I know you're sitting there most of the time, but it is just deeply draining. At least I feel as though it is. So whatever that discomfort is and whatever it's a result of, physical or emotional, there is a lot of value to doing some straight up good old-fashioned deep breathing in association with that. Now, of course, that, whenever you're dealing with something annoying or frustration, sometimes you non-consciously will do a deep breath, like, like your body does it for you as a way to help regulate your system. And of course, sometimes we choose to do it consciously because we know that it can be very supportive and helpful to us when we're dealing with things that, are really escalating us. And so knowing that, of course, it's very much foundational regarding why we may want to bring this into play with even greater intention. Now, I'm framing it in this context of dealing with difficulties, challenges, discomfort. But of course, even if you're having like a challenging meditation session and you're really like, I know in the most recent one we did, I was like, hey, if you're having, if you're feeling really constricted or you're feeling really like, as my mom would say, like nudgy, you just can't stop twitching and stuff like that, you can just be present to that, of course. And you can also use deep breathing as a way to, sort of hack, if you will, your system and try to get a little bit more settled and a little bit more grounded if that's something that you're really, really looking for. So here's what we're going to do. I have set my timer to do something a little different than we usually do. Usually it's just 10 minutes and then we hear the final bell. But when I first started meditating, my go-to strategy was to set a timer, let's say for 10 minutes, and I would have a bell ring every, let's say, 2 minutes, which is what I've set it for today. But it can be, you're sitting for 20 minutes and it's every 5 minutes, whatever it might be. Now, just the way that I used to use it was that it would be something that would help me to become more aware of the time, because I would find myself initially thinking a lot about, oh my God, how much time is left? This is taking so long. So I could kind of keep track of it with the bells. And the way that I'm going to invite us to use this today is every time we hear one of those interval bells, that I'm going to invite you to take a few deep, slow breaths. Now, I would say, if you want to do what feels best to you, the minimum would be 1. But if you want to go and, explore it even deeper, you could do 2 or 3 or more deep breaths each time. It is up to you. I think you should trust yourself. But I'm actually super pumped to get started with this. So I'm going to go ahead and start our timer. Now, again, 2 minutes, there'll be an interval bell. And then the next 2 minutes, the next 2 minutes, until we get to the end at 10. So I'm not really going to talk other than modeling for you this deep breathing. Okay, here we go. And there might even be a bell to start on this one. Yeah, okay. I'm going to turn it up just one. This is our final chime before the ending bell. So if you care to, just letting yourself really savor these deep belly breaths. And that's 10 minutes. I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed that. I haven't done that in a long time. The whole, intermittent bells and then doing the breathing also was really fun. Very relaxing. So as always, thank you so much for taking this time for yourself, and thank you for allowing me to accompany you on this journey. I will see you next week. Take care. Bye.